it's me, Soapy Boy 5, coming to you with another day of Let's Play. One second, I gotta check something. Yep, okay. We are recording. Yeah, sometimes I gotta check that. Yeah, so, last episode, we were in war. Like, just war the whole time, and I hate it. I hate the wars and all that kind of stuff and things, but, sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it's necessary to go to war. Yeah, so here we are, still at war, still, having, a terrible time with all these jokers, but, the end is not, now. It is, we are going to overcome and be great and awesome in all the stuff that we do and things. But, yeah, so, I'm actually recording this right back to back with the last episode, and the reason why is because, like I said, we are in war right now. I cannot simply stop and, in the middle of a war? Who do you think I am? Someone who can stop in the middle of a war? Nope. That's not me. That's not Soapy Boy. No, we are going to continue this war until they leave us alone. Because, like the kitten girl likes to say, or the cat lady likes to say, leave them alone! I'm pretty sure it's the cat lady. Isn't it the crazy cat lady that says that? I think it is. But yeah, so leave me alone! Oh man, that's terrible. Okay, so actually he needs to come down here and get himself a heal job going. Cause you are not looking pretty. You are below half health, and it is never good for a unit of mine to be below half health. You will be reprimanded severely, and I will drink Dr. Pepper at the moment. Good Dr. Pepper. I don't know why, but I used to work at McDonald's, and I would do the super late night shifts, and by late night I mean like I would get out of work at like 12:30 because I was only scheduled until like 12. But for some reason the overnight people, because we were a 24-hour McDonald's, they would never show up on time. So I would always have to stay there because I was a crew trainer, and I was actually training to be a manager. So I was like one of the more responsible people there, and so I had to stay there and help out. And so it got to the point where any time that happened, I would just, whenever I went home, I would go ahead and take a large Dr. Pepper, to keep me awake as I drove home, because it was I think it was like a 15-20 minute drive back then for me. And yeah, I just remember having that Dr. Pepper all the time, and ever since then, it's just, Dr. Pepper's been, like, my favorite, soda. Like, it's really weird. Before then, I think it used to be Dr. Pepper. Like, Dr. Pepper. Like, why? But it was. And so, yeah. I mean, not Dr. Pepper. Did I say Dr. Pepper again? I meant root beer. If I didn't say root beer, I meant root beer. Goodness. And I can't even concentrate on what I'm doing. Okay, I'm trying to get, a diplomat into... Ooh, should I put him in Zanzibar or Wellington? I think Zanzibar would be cool. Like, I just like the name Zanzibar. So yeah, let's put a guy in Zanzibar. Move you to Zanzibar. Close. Cause right now I don't know who's gonna go to war with me, and so I'm not gonna try and like commit any diplomats or anything to any places. Let's see, put him right there, put him right there. Put you in that mode, and then you, my friend, are going to heal up. You're going to get a heal job on, and you are going to come down here to the main city, to the capital. You are going to go into defensive mode. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, Dr. Pepper, it's great. It kept me awake every time that I had to drive home, and I wouldn't get home till like 1 o'clock. And then, of course, afterwards, I couldn't go to sleep right away because, you're working for like ever and ever, and your body's all like super tensed up and like hyped up because we would get super busy, and it would be like just me, like running everything because the manager would be in the back counting money for the day, and then the other workers, a lot of times, I forgive you, dude. No worries. But I love how they always look super pitiful. Like, it's like, I'm so sad. Not Attila, but, Genghis Khan, from the Mongolian army. He is my favorite one. He looks so sad whenever he's like, I'm so sorry. And it's just perfect. But yeah, so I would, I'd be so tired and I'd come home and, I'd try and do stuff, but that never worked out because I was so tired. But, it's life. Things happen, stuff happens, and you just go with it, right? At least I do, I think going with it's a pretty good idea. And you, dude, I'm gonna send you up here so you can be like a forward scout. Okay, and then you, my friend, are going to come up here. And you are going to do one of these alert job jiggers. I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, looking back on it, I think that was one of the best experiences of my life was working at McDonald's. It taught me a lot how to work with people and to teach people and help people, like, whenever they don't understand how to do something. Because like I said before, I was a crew trainer. And so I was in charge of training. I think in the time that I was there, I trained at least, like, maybe 6 or 7 people. And whenever I say I trained them, I mean, like I was in charge of their training. And then, of course, I helped out, with a lot of the other people. But, yeah, it was really cool whenever you're just, helping people learn the ropes and get things going. Wow, you are a really, I guess whatevs. But yeah, and it really taught me to appreciate the value of a team, of working together. I know that sounds super corny and cheesy. It's like the plot of pretty much every kid's show ever. But it's true. Like, it really is a big deal. You can get a lot more done if you're working together with other people than you can just working all by yourself and trying to do everything yourself. And so it teaches you how to trust other people and trust them to make the right choice, to do the right thing. Venice, I don't like you. You have just been a pain in my butt this whole game. Salud, go away. Let's see. I'll forgive you because I'm a nice guy, but at the same time, I still don't like you. Like, you are just a straight up. I don't even want to say a word that describes you because that would be bad for me to say. So yeah, I don't like you. We're just gonna leave it at that. Okay, okay. And you, guy, I'm just gonna set you up for range and put you on alert. And that'll be the end of your story there. However, these places are still pillaged. Oh, that frustrates me to no end. I can't believe they did that to me. They're worse. They're almost as bad as the barbarians. Those jerks. Okay, you are going to protect him now. Now that you are there, and I'm just going to send you back and heal up. Sounds like a reasonable plan, right? So, yeah. Let's see, my other jobs that I've worked. Let's see, I've worked in, I worked in my school cafeteria ever since I was in, I think it was middle school that I started in 5th grade, and I worked in the cafeteria until I had graduated high school, and so, that was a really, really interesting experience, because I worked because, okay, so, you know how like, whenever you were in elementary school, or whatever, your situation is at the moment, if you are in elementary school, you were in elementary school, there were always the kids that they always had really great lunches that were, like, packed by their parents, or they packed them themselves, but it was, like, super simple stuff. It was, like, really good food. Like, they would bring, like, deli meat sandwiches, and, or they would have, like, little Lunchables or something like that, or their parents would give them money to go ahead and buy lunch at the school. Well, my family wasn't exactly that that well endowed with money, and so we a lot of times I would go to school and I wouldn't pack a lunch, and it wasn't because we didn't really have food at the house, but it was because it was also bad. Like, it'd be like we would have just like peanut butter and jelly that I could make like a sandwich out of, and at the time, I hated peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I know that sounds really weird, but the reason why I didn't like them was because, whenever I was, like, really little, like, I think it was kindergarten or first grade, my mom made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for my brother and I pretty much every day, because, that's all we could afford, and so, I ate them so much, and so eventually, you know, once you eat so much of something, it's just, blech. I forgive you. Oh, you dropped your cross. Why'd you do that? I feel like that wasn't right of you. Like, now I can't forgive you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I ate it so much, and then another big problem with it was a lot of times whenever I would, you know, take it to school, it'd be really hot because I live in Arizona, and so, like, everything would get super hot in my lunch. We didn't have, like, inside lockers or whatever. They were all outside. And so it would all get super hot, and anything that I had that could melt did melt. And on top of that, by the time I would eat the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, it would always be, like, soggy. Like, and I know that sounds super weird, but that's because it is super weird. Like, there's nothing worse to me than soggy PB&J. I hate it. Like, with a passion, I hate it. so eventually I don't know, I kind of gave up on taking school lunches, or taking lunches to school, and instead, in 5th grade, I started working in the cafeteria, because I would get free lunch for working the caf, and, that was really cool. I really enjoyed that, and it, actually, a lot of my, let's see, oh, wait, one second, I gotta figure out what I want to do with this guy. I'm gonna have him come up here and go ahead and repair that. But yeah, a lot of my, like, experience with, like, customer service and stuff came from that, because, I did a lot of, like, serving line and stuff whenever I was there, and so it was, I don't know, it was like, you gotta have good customer service whenever you're doing that. You gotta be nice to people, and, you know, I don't know, but yeah, it was. And then in high school, I did, like, I did snack bar, and, that was a really fun experience, cause what it was is, like, it was, like, just, like, a little shop that was behind the cafeteria that, people would come to during lunch, and they would buy a whole bunch of different things, and so I was in charge of the cash register, so I would go ahead and, I would pick up all the different food and stuff after I took their money, of course. Taking their money. But, yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was really fun. It taught me how to count change really fast. So, I've gotten so good at counting change. No joke. I can look at my hand filled with change, as long as it's, you know, yeah, but I can look at my hand that's full of change, look at it, and pretty much count it, like, immediately, without even, like, you know, piecing through it like a lot of times people do. Because what I do is I actually count the different, like, the different types of coins. Like, if there's, like, 3 quarters and, like, a dime and a nickel, I'm like, okay, that's 90 cents, you know? And so, on top of that, like, I'm really great at giving back change. Like, so if it's, like, 87 cents, I know that's 3 quarters, a dime, and 2 pennies. Like, you know, it's really weird. Like, whenever I think about it, like, it's genuinely weird to me. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of a cool skill to have, I guess. Okay, wait, one second. I gotta check this. Okay, so this takes great writing. From different eras and from different civilizations other than the city owner. And then this one takes it from different eras and different civilizations. So it doesn't matter if it's the city owner or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to go ahead and make them. And then later on we'll be able to adjust it as needed. But yeah, I've had a lot of really good life experiences. And some of them are weird, but, you know, a lot of them, you know, they kind of just stick with you for, you know, life. But yeah. And then another, I've also worked in, I've done, not really sales, but it was soliciting. So in other words, it was pretty much just advertising. We would go door to door and we would advertise a product, and the product was it was like fertilizer and you know, seeding and all that kind of stuff. And so of course we had the correct permits for it. Every time we made sure we paid so much money, or I didn't pay it, but my bosses paid a ton of money, so we would always have the right permits, and, you know, we wouldn't be breaking the law, and the police wouldn't, you know, try and put us in jail or anything, and the people wouldn't complain and stuff. And yet, so many people complained. Like, I hated it, because, you know, I was genuinely just trying to be, you know, super nice and really honest and open and upfront with people. Like, I didn't lie to them or anything like that, but eventually I just got sick of it, because, you know, people, I've learned, can be super rude. Like, I'm more of a positive thinker whenever it comes to trying to consider, like, people's attitudes. And what I mean by that is I like to look for the best in people. And unfortunately, with that job, you know, no matter how much I tried, there were always so many people that were just, they were just so rude. And I got yelled at so many times, and I was super, of course I was always, like, you know, I wasn't confrontational or anything, so I would be like, oh, I'm so sorry if I bothered you or whatever, but, you know, at the same time, I had a job to do, and so I had to do it. But yeah, people, ugh. You know, I just wish there were more nice people in this world, because there's not enough. There's not enough of good people. And, yeah. So yeah, we finally got our city down here. It's looking great. Like, I'm really excited about this city here. See, I think I'm gonna do a shrine there first. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And then you, I'm just gonna put you on that. And the reason why I brought him up is because he'll give, since he's garrisoned inside the city, he'll give it a combat bonus to go against those barbarians. And also, he prevented the barbarians from attacking my settler as soon as he got there, which would have been a pain in the butt. Yeah, and so there's that job. And where else have I worked? Well, I'm working currently as a window washer. That's a really fun job. I really enjoy it. Like, it's really cool to be able to go to people's houses, see the windows all super dirty and nasty and gross, and by the time you leave, they look fantastic, and, like, I don't know, it's something that I can take pride in. However, at the same time, it can be kind of depressing. Like, it makes you realize how poor you really are whenever you don't have money, because, like, I'll go to these houses, and they're so nice, like, just super expensive houses, but then on top of it, like, the kids that live in the houses with their parents will have, like, everything that I ever wanted as a kid. And no joke, like, I'm like, what? Seriously? Like, you spoil your kids this much? Because my parents have always been the kind of parents that, you know, and I'm really happy they were like this, but they make you work for, you know, the things that you want. So, like, it wasn't like, okay, I want this, and then they just go out and buy it for you. It was like, okay, you want this, so, you know, save up. Like, if you get birthday money or whatever from, you know, your relatives, you know, save that and put it towards what you want to buy. Or, like, you know, work. And the thing was, though, is that growing up, we were forced to do chores, of course, but we didn't get, like, we didn't get an allowance or anything, because, like I said before, we really didn't have, like, a ton of money or anything, so, yeah, we would just do our chores and not get an allowance, and for a lot of people, that's weird, but for us, it was completely normal. Like, it was like, yeah, whatevs, we're just doing our jobs, like, what we were told to do. So, I don't know, it's kind of a cool thing to think about, you know, everything that's happened in the past, and look back and, you know, and here we are. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy up. I think maybe right here. Because I think having the extra gold in my capital would be a really good thing. Oh, poop. I did not mean to do that. I meant to grab this guy. Hello. And we're gonna go ahead and build this. But then again, that's gonna take a fruit away. Are there any spots that are undeveloped here? Unfortunately, oh yes, there is. I still haven't developed this mine. This mine that I have been trying to develop for pretty much the whole game. That's hilarious. Oh goodness. Oh, that is just perfect. That is just golden. Oh wow. This whole time. Oh, it's just sitting there untouched. Wow. That's great. Wow. Okay. Unit needs orders. Oh. Oh, goodness. I found that to be too funny. But yeah, you know, I love my life, you know. Not everything's always gone, you know, the way that, that I want it to go. And yet, at the same time, I can't really complain, you know. I am who I am because of everything that's happened. And the same is true of everybody out there. You know, a lot of times people say, oh, I wish I could go into the past and change this and change that. But at the same time, why? Why do you want to change it? Aren't you happy with who you are? And if you're not happy with who you are, don't you wish that you could, you know, continue to change and get better and be a better person? Like that's just the way I see things. Because I don't really regret anything. You know, I have, you know, the wisdom and the knowledge that I have now because of all the past mistakes that I've made. Like, I've made more than my share of mistakes in the past. And am I happy about them? No. No, I'm not. But at the same time, I know that if I hadn't made them, there would be so much that I wouldn't know. And so I'm so very grateful that I did make those mistakes. Which sounds really weird and convoluted, but it's true. Okay, so the first thing we want to go for here is the Uffizi. And then we want to go for this. And then the Taj Mahal. And then Musicians Guild. Wow, we've got so much on our plate coming up. Maybe I should do that. Default. Production. That's rough. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Yeah, whatevs. We'll just do it with default. Whatevs. It'll give us the best returns overall. Overall, there. I'd say there's pretty good returns there. Go ahead and heal that Joker up. He needs it. And let's see. Oh man, I sent both my triremes away. Well, I mean, you're fine. I'll move you. Well, actually, no. Yeah, okay, that's whatevs. Here we go. But yeah, no, I don't think that it's a good thing to wish that you had done something different. Like of course there are certain things in life that you really wish you had done something different. Like, you know, let's say you failed like a test that you really could have passed, like because you like slept in like too late and you didn't come that day to take the test, and because of that you couldn't go to college and all these different things happen. But at the same time, like, that's now part of who you are. Like, you are, like, that is a part of you now. And so if you take that away, you take part of who you are away. And it, I don't know, it seems like it kind of diminishes the value of your life. At least to me, it seems like that. Because, like I said before, we're all made up of both our successes and our mistakes. You know, you can't ace everything 100% of the time. Like, it's just not possible. It's not humanly possible. And so you just gotta accept the good things and the bad things. So, but yeah. So that's my philosophy lesson for the day. But yeah, it's a good day there today. At least I think so. But yeah. I think that that's actually gonna be the end of this episode. We've come quite a bit. We've come quite a ways. We are out of war. Like, we are no longer at war with anybody. We probably will be here soon, though, and that is not a happy prospect for me. But it's alright. But because of that, because, you know, we've come to a nice stopping point, I think I'm going to stop here, and yeah, if you liked the video, go ahead and, you know, slap the like button. And if you didn't, you know, I really hope I can do better next time, and you know, you'll hang around and continue watching, because who knows, maybe you'll start to enjoy it. And also, if you did enjoy it, go ahead and subscribe, because it'll notify you anytime that I put out any new videos, and so you'll be able to watch them and, you know, maybe have a little bit more fun with me. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time I see you, okay? So, bye-bye!